and we're all invited, she said.
Little Rosie Miller and her friend Michelle Clark are sharing a story. And they share something else as well, one of Michelle's kidneys. How the two came together is quite a story in itself. Rosie and her twin sister were born prematurely. Both had health problems. Rosie was born with extremely small kidneys that never developed.
Early on, what did the doctors tell you?
Well, when we first had her in Rochester, they told us to stop everything and let her go. I took a lot of time, a lot of soul searching, and said as long as she didn't give up, I wasn't. And we fought from there on out. If we could keep her alive and well with what we were doing until she was big enough for a transplant, that's what we would go for.
Rosie's mom, Virginia, had watched a story we did about a local man, Greg Eminger of North Tonawanda, who donated one of his kidneys to a stranger, a woman from Florida that he met through a website called The Kidney Connection. That's where people in need of kidneys can post their profiles. After seeing our story, Virginia put Rosie's profile on the Kidney Connection website. When a potential donor for Rosie fell through, the local paper, the Olean Times-Herald, profiled Rosie's situation and said she was in need of a donor with type O blood. It was a story that Michelle Clark of Cuba, New York, happened to read. This is the first time that Michelle is speaking publicly about becoming a donor.
It just felt right. Once I saw her picture and I read the article, it just, from that day forward, it just seemed like this was the thing to do, that it was meant to be. I never had a question that I would be a match. I know it sounds odd. I knew that I was in God's hands. There had been maybe a few times that I had some questions as to whether or not, what if I need that other kidney? And I just thought, you know what, if this was supposed to happen, then God will take care of me through the rest of my life.
I knew this one was going to work. For some reason, I mean, I got goosebumps when she called me and told me that this is what she wanted to do. She has daughters of her own. She knew that it was, you know, her calling. And when we heard that it was definite, that, you know, she was a match, let's schedule surgery, I mean, it was just elating. The whole family cried. It was just great.
Just over 1 year ago, last November 12th, the transplant took place in Pittsburgh and all went well. Here's a picture of Rosie and Michelle just a few days after the surgery.
What has this meant for you?
It means that I saved a little girl's life. She's lived another year and has made a remarkable recovery. And so now she can be part of this family and do things that any 4-year-old should do.
I want to run. You want to run?
In the year since the transplant, the two families have become friends, visiting with each other. And Michelle has watched as Rosie, for the first time in her life, has become an active, healthy, and happy little girl.
What has Michelle meant to your lives?
She's amazing. I know she doesn't like to consider herself, but she is definitely a hero to our family. I mean, she was born to me, but Michelle has definitely given her life.
What is it like when you see her, knowing there's a piece of you inside of her?
It's very neat to see her and to think that what was working in my body is also working in somebody else's body.
For somebody out there watching who might say, maybe I should do this, what would you say to them?
Definitely. I'm living proof that there are little to no side effects to giving a kidney away. I've continued with my life the same as I did before, and the only difference is that now somebody else is benefiting from a kidney I probably wasn't using very much. So.
Rosie was a little shy during our visit, but she certainly knew about the new life that Michelle has given her.
What do you have in here?
A kidney.
Yeah, you have a kidney. Whose kidney? Yeah, it's yours now.
Who gave it to you?
Yeah.